Well, for more on the shifting diamond industry, we would like to bring in Robert Bates, news director at JCK, which tracks consumer-led style trends shaping the jewelry industry. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you.
It's almost hard to believe that some would be willing to travel to a diamond mine to find a rare gem.
To be honest, I haven't heard of this trend yet, but I think it's actually fantastic. I mean, I think people don't realize all the work that goes into making a diamond and to getting a diamond out of the ground and to polishing a diamond. So this trend of diamond tourism, I think, is actually fantastic, and I think it's great for the industry. So I look forward to going on one of these diamond tours. I've been to diamond mines. They're fascinating places.
Yes.
I think the consumer perception is that they're these dark, dark, terrible places with kids. But some of them are very, very modern, and they're just fascinating to see. So I'm happy to see about this trend.
So, Robert, tell us, can the same quality of diamonds you might find in a local jeweler be found in a large-scale discount retail chain, for example?
It depends. There's a lot of overlap between the two, but generally, as a general rule, the independents go a little higher upscale, and the mall jewelers go for kind of the more moderately priced middle American type of diamonds. But it depends. It's hard to say. There's definitely overlap.
Are these large diamonds still as popular as they once were?
Yeah, it depends. A lot of people like a big look. A lot of people want big diamonds. But, for America, especially for engagement rings, the bread and butter is 1-carat stones, GVS1. That's kind of the bread and butter for America. So, some people like big diamonds. People with a lot of money obviously like big diamonds, but not everybody can afford them.
I may be off on this, but it seems like the millennials, for instance, who may be getting engaged, that they are opting for smaller, more conservative mementos.
Yeah, well, it's tough because, first of all, the millennials are getting married later, and they don't have a lot of money. Millennials, I think 25% of them live at home still. So a lot of millennials don't have a huge budget. So they've been a real challenge for the industry because they don't have a lot of money. And the other thing is, my generation and past generations all grew up with De Beers ads, which showed, talked about diamond is forever and got people very much into the whole diamond mindset. Millennials haven't. Those ads haven't aired for about 10 years. So in many ways, the millennials have not been as exposed to the diamond market as past generations have. So they've been a huge challenge, and millennials like experiences. They like to go traveling. They like to do things a little bit more. They're not necessarily. They have a more casual lifestyle. They wear yoga pants. They wear casual clothes to work. So millennials have definitely been a challenge for the industry, and it's something that the industry has spent a lot of time trying to figure out.
Well, let's talk about China. What is the role of Chinese consumers?
Well, China is a huge factor in the diamond market. It's now the second largest diamond market. When I started in the industry about 20 years ago, it wasn't much of a market at all. Now, again, it's the second largest. In the last decade, diamond sales have tripled in China. But the industry faces a lot of the same challenges in China that it has in other consumer markets, of consumers more interested in things like iPhones and things like luxury travel. So there's been humongous growth in the diamond market in China, particularly as the middle class looks for things like status symbols. But in the last few years, definitely the market has quieted down a little bit. And it's, again, a challenge. How do you reach these consumers? How do you get them interested in diamonds?
And let's talk about the the CBs, actually, the ones. Are they as popular as they were, let's say, 5 years ago?
Cubic zirconia?
Yes.
Yeah, some people like them. I don't necessarily track those, but they certainly have a following. You turn on HSN or QVC or one of these, and they sell them all the time. So,
not really a threat.
No, I mean, when people talk now about threats, they mostly talk about man-made diamonds, which are basically the same. Basically, they are diamonds, just produced in a different way. They're produced by factories rather than out of mines. So